Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you join me for a very cold day over on the west coast of Scotland. We're on the Stark today, and this is going to be the first time riding the Stark at a motocross track. I've done a little bit of motocross many years ago, like 10 years ago, but I wouldn't call myself proficient at all. So we're at like a practice day on a Sunday. There's a couple of people there, there's a guy just down here now. It's pretty cold, but the bike's all ready to go. So we're going to go and jump on and see what it's all about. Also got the Apex goggles going on. Goggles for lawn. Green or red gloves? I'm going to go green. Green and red should never go together apparently. Alright, so I think I'm going to go to mode 3. We're going to go 40 horsepower to start. I'm going to knock regen braking down to 50-ish. What you just saw me do was dial in the power and the regen braking. And the great thing is I can tune this bike anywhere from 10 to 80 horsepower, which means I can set it up whatever my skill level. The regen braking is adjusted too, so I can control how much the bike slows down when I roll off the throttle. It's kind of like comparing the clutch in an automatic versus a manual car. Let's take it on the track and see how it actually rides. I've never ridden a motocross track on this bike yet. Ice there. Whoa. Probably just do a lap and just see what it's actually like. I'd also be interested to see how long the battery lasts because I've not got a generator yet. Whoa. Rain ruts. Whoa! 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 So this is way different than riding enduro. Alright, we're starting lap 2 now, and I'm really starting to get a feel for the bike and my position on it. There's still a few tweaks I want to make, mainly for the throttle position and the brake levers, but it's all starting to come together nicely. That was insane! Oh, I don't like this bit. Oh! We've done 2 laps and we've used about 8% battery. Definitely think for if you're doing motocross and these things, you need a generator to recharge the battery. It's actually insane how different this is to mountain biking. Like, there's a bit of a crossover, but like the actual upper body fatigue and my finger strength, like just gripping onto the throttle and holding onto the grips when the bike is underneath you, is like a beast you've got to manage. I'm getting this like finger cramp, which I've never had before. I just think that's just down to the weight and the power of the bike. The track's starting to rut up a bit now and churn up, which is good because it looks like it's not been ridden for a while. So there's loads of like little pebbles on the surface and stuff. I mean, not that I know much about motocross, but I think the track's starting to bed in and get better. We'll get back at it. All right, let's go try again. Move the throttle forward. So. I actually made one small adjustment to the throttle. I rotated it forward a little bit. Before, when I was opening the throttle, my wrist was at an awkward angle, which wasn't too comfortable. So now with it rolled forward slightly, it should feel a lot better. tiring work. You get like a lot of appreciation for watching people who race 20-minute motos. Holding on to one of these bikes 20 minutes is tough, and I'm just doing 1 lap at a time, 2 laps maybe. Maybe I'll try and work myself up to doing a couple of laps and see what it feels like. But I'm just trying to get used to moving the bike underneath me, more trying to grip the saddle with my thighs in some sections. We're down to 78% battery. We've done how many laps you've seen. Let's get after it. So I was having a ton of fun, and this was maybe lap 7 or something. By this point I was really getting comfortable on the bike, the track was bedding in, the dirt was softer, and there were more definitive lines to follow. Everything was flowing better and I was feeling even more confident on the bike. That was until I came over the next brow and I was shocked to see what I saw. Oh. Whoa! You okay?
Yeah, cool. I jumped that and fucking in the air.
Oh my god.
Got it.
That's all that matters, you wild man. What are you supposed to do here? What are you supposed to do here? Just go through it?
Jump it.
Alright, jump it.
So this wheel-sized hole is something I've been avoiding every lap. It's pretty deep and it hits hard if you don't get it right. I've just been slowing down into it, but the rider I was just talking to said I should be jumping over it instead. The problem is, I was still trying to ride this like a mountain bike, trying to pull up on the handlebars, which is not what you're supposed to do on a motocross bike. So this time I'm going to lean back slightly, give it some gas and try and jump over the hole.
Giving it some beans, that guy. He sits down a lot. Maybe that's something I should think about. You guys have any tips as well in the comments, let me know. Pretty sick having this place to yourself. Too fast for me, that. That was a bit wild. So at the bottom of that hill climb, there's like a flat left with a little bit of a rut on it now, but if you give it too much gas or too much throttle, it slides a little bit. My back end stepped out a little bit. And then when I'm going up the hill climb, I feel like I've been sat off the back a little bit, which is again causing my hands to cramp. What I'm going to try now though is, I reckon if I can grip the bike and then lean forward a bit more to release the pressure off the hands. A lot to think about. So I must have done about 20 laps now, and battery's down to about 40 odd %, which is quite decent. But I think I'm going to get a generator for the bike if you want to do more longer motos where you're twisting the throttle a bit. I think it's going to run out of battery, Stark, quite fast. Having said that, they actually say on the website that the Stark has the equivalent of a full tank of gas on a 450 bike. So for me right now that's enough. But if I wanted to go to a track and do 2 or 3 20-minute moto sessions, I've got a feeling that the bike would be down to its last bit of battery. So I'm going to look at getting a Jenny. So if anyone's got any recommendations of generators, we appreciate it, put in the comments. It's very fatiguing on the shoulders, upper body. It's a lot different to mountain biking. In fact, I actually went out mountain biking the other day and nearly crashed my mountain bike because the bike was so bloody light. Jumping on this 117 kilo bike, riding it around all day, and then going on the mountain bike, and that's like what, 15, 16 kilos? There's a big difference.
Alright, finishing up the session now, and I'm down to about 33% battery. I'm going to let this one play out so you can see my progress so far on the Stark. I managed to get about 25 laps in while I was here, and I'll put a screenshot on the screen now from the Stark Varg phone app. It automatically tracks your rides, showing details like distance, lap count, and even the equivalent litres of fuel saved. The app is super cool, but for now, here's my progress on the bike.
weighs a ton when you're lifting onto that bloody thing. That's the stand that comes with it, which is now covered in mud, but is also the charger. Clever design. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to call it a day because my arms are starting to get tired, chest is starting to get fatigued, my brain as well is struggling to keep up with the pace. I think it's a smart decision just to end the day here. A lot to learn on the motocross bike, or enduro bike, whatever you want to call it. I love taking on new challenges, which is part of the reason I got the Stark. Yeah, I rode motocross like 10 years ago for a little bit, not too intensely, just on other friends' bikes. So it's interesting to pick it back up and develop this skill. Really fun, really do enjoy learning new stuff. So let in the comments if you could dig this, and any tips on riding or what you want to see next on the Stark, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.